What's going on, folks? I know it's getting cold in a big part of the country right now, and a lot of people is going to be, doing that thing that most of us do when it gets cold for those first few weeks, which is turn on your furnace. And unfortunately for a lot of people, when you turn that furnace on, you're going to find that your furnace is not working correctly. And one of the most common reasons why your furnace isn't working correctly is because of this simple part right here, which is called your flame sensor. What this thing does right here is this little orange piece right here basically sits in front of your flame to where your flame surrounds it. And as long as your flame is on, what it does is there's a wire on the back of it, and it sends a signal to your control board in your furnace, letting your furnace know that the flame is there. Basically what this is a safety component that's in your furnace. Because say for example, you didn't have this in your furnace and there was no flame there, but the gas kept on coming out in your gas furnace. So if there wasn't a flame sensor and say there wasn't a flame that was coming out, then your furnace could keep on pumping out gas because it doesn't realize that there isn't a flame that can burn that gas off, which means now that gas can build up and actually lead to an explosion into your house. So what this component does right here is it sends a signal to your control board that lets the board know that there is a flame there. But over time, like anything else, this flame sensor right here can go bad. And when it does go bad, a lot of times the symptoms that you'll have is that you'll hear your furnace come on, your igniter will come on, and you'll actually hear the flames pop on. But once those flames come on for say maybe 15-20 seconds, it goes right back out, because what's going on is this flame sensor right here is not working correctly, so it's not sending that signal back to the control board letting it know that everything is working correctly. So when this happens, what you most likely need to do is either replace your flame sensor or you can clean this flame sensor. So before you try to replace it, what you should do is just try to clean it. And to clean it, normally all you need is like a clean piece of tissue paper, not nothing too rough. And also you can use like some alcohol. Just take you some alcohol, just some regular rubbing alcohol pretty much, and put it on a piece of tissue and try to gently clean your flame sensor off on the little arm part of it like this. Now this will be inside of your furnace, so a lot of times you have to kind of reach around to kind of get to it. But if you can reach it, you can just rub it gently with, like I said, some alcohol on a piece of tissue. And once you do that, maybe you want to let it dry for maybe about 5 or 10 minutes before trying your furnace again. And if you can't get to your flame sensor, normally it's also a simple part to disconnect. If you can see right here, there's a hole back here. That's because there's one screw pretty much that holds your flame sensor in on most furnaces. The way it'll be is it'll be like a hole inside of your furnace like that, and it'll be sitting in here like this, and you just take out that one screw and you'll be able to take this flame sensor out. And then on the back of your flame sensor, normally you just have a connection that you can just pull off with the wire on it. So all you have to do is just grab it. It's kind of just like pulling a wire off of a speaker. So you just grab the back of and pull that wire off, and you'll be able to completely remove this flame sensor from out of your furnace. That way you could take it somewhere and clean it, just in case you can't get to it inside of your furnace. And if say you cleaned it, you put it back into your furnace and it's still not working correctly, it may mean now that you actually need a whole new flame sensor, especially if it's doing, like I said, that the furnace is coming on and you hear it kick on, or you're watching it, the flames come on, that tells you your igniter's working right, as well as that your gas is working right. But after about a couple seconds, 5 or 10 seconds, it cuts right back off. Normally that's a sure sign that this flame sensor right here is bad. Now you can purchase these flame sensors at multiple different places. If you have some type of a HVAC business in your city, where they sell these things that are pretty cheap, maybe $15 to $30 depending on which type that you need. And normally there's not like a particular type that needs to go to a particular furnace other than just the look of it. So if you were to take this out of your furnace and take it to an HVAC store, they should be able to give you the one that's going to match yours. But be sure about also writing down what type of furnace that you have. That way there may be particular ones for yours. And also you can buy them online. You can look online. Just look for ones that look exactly like the one that you have. You know, with the same looking arm, the same setup with it. That way it'll fit on yours. What I would do, what I did was, you see right here, I have 2 of them already, because these, like I said, are some of the most common things that go bad on your furnace is your flame sensors. So what I did was, when I get them, I go ahead and get a spare one. Because say your furnace stops working, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, because these can go out at any given time. Your furnace could be working for, you know, months at a time. And all of a sudden you go to turn it on and call for heat, and it kicks on and kicks off. It keeps doing that, which means now that you probably need a new flame sensor. But now you're going to have to try to find somewhere to buy one at, or looking online to wait for someone to get shipped to you. So what I do is I just go ahead and keep a spare one. That way if it goes out 2 o'clock in the morning, I can just run to the furnace real quick and go ahead and change this sensor out to save myself going through, you know, a day or two, or however long it's going to take without having heat. So I just wanted to make this video because I know it's getting cold out, and a lot of people's going to be kicking their furnace on for the first time. And like I said before, a lot of people's going to find out that there's something that's wrong with their furnace. But the something that's wrong doesn't have to be something serious. It may not even require you to have to call a tech to come look at it. But like always, whenever you're dealing with anything like this, a furnace, a hot water heater, anything like it, always make sure you practice safety, meaning that turn the furnace off. If you look at the side of most furnaces, there's a switch right there you can turn off to make sure that your furnace is off. And if you don't have that switch and you want to be sure, go to your power box and turn off the power that goes to your furnace. Alright, please check out other helpful videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.
Yes.